Hey guys, how's it going and welcome back. Well, today we're going to talk about the piano room in the DGX670. Now, hey, I'm loving this color screen. It is like really cool. Way better than the 650 and 660. So, just go ahead and press the piano room button and we'll have a little tour together. So one of the first things you're going to notice is you've got all these different choices here. And you'll see like a little red button, right? So we're going to use the top number keys to start with, and we're going to press number 1. In here, it's going to wait. So this way, as soon as you start playing, it's going to start recording your performance, okay? Of whatever piano you're using, whatever room. And if you have a lid position available on that particular piano, set your lid position ahead of time, okay? Which we're going to go through as well. Now, we're going to cancel out of this for now, so you just press number 1 again, and then you press number 8, and we're out. Okay, so our first piano that we've got here is a grand piano. The lid is fully open, and we're on a stage. Okay, and you listen for that ending sound. Bit of echo, right? Okay, so lid position closed. And half position. And full again. Now, if we go to a different area, we can use either one of the 6 or the 7, okay? Because the width allows us, the width of the title is pretty much giving us 4 and 5, 6, 7, or 2 and 3 for basically going up and down, right? It doesn't really matter what you do, just, hit 6 or 7. This is a cathedral, same piano. So playing in a cathedral, yay! All right, and you get the same thing, closed position. And half. And full again. All right. So just to keep things a little shorter in the video, and you're still going to get your understanding here, we're going to change to another piano for a quick sec. Now this is a CFX Grand. This is like the newest bad boy sound, right? So you'll notice when it's closed, everything gets a lot quieter, right? Because you're basically kind of muting the piano down a lot, right? Half position. So if we go in and let's go back to full, let's go to a different area, concert hall. Alright, and we'll do it off. Pretty dry. Now if we hit the sustain pedal, okay, so we have a regular room. Stage. Cathedral. So the kind of sound you're going for, you kind of dictates within the rooms that they give us, right? So we have the cathedral, we have concert hall, we have off, we have a regular room, stage. Now they don't have one called studio, so as if you're in a recording studio. The closest we get to that is actually going to be what's called room, right? And that's about the closest. But when we change to our piano types, Suite DX. Now in the Suite DX piano, we only get to make access to the room environments. That's it. There's no lid, right? Same as the vintage electric piano, suitcase electric piano, honky tonk. Now honky tonk I kind of expected we should have had a lid position because there's obviously a top portion lid at least, I would imagine, on this kind of piano, because somehow you gotta tune the sucker, or I don't know. I've never seen a honky tonk piano up close. I really don't know how they lay out stuff inside, but this is like maybe an electronic one, I guess. I don't know. I don't know much about a honky tonk. Okay, piano grand. Now here we're going to get lid positions, right? So we have piano grand and CFX. And that's the only ones we get to play with our lid positions. But we do get room access to all of them. Now if you see the star wheel over here, that's button number 8. If we press that, in here we can do master tuning, okay? So we can change our hertz. Now 440 is standard hertz, right? AKA concert A tuning, right? Whatever. But you can tune up and down, right? You can change the brightness level. You can change your touch. Now medium touch is something that's always default on Yamaha pianos. It's probably default on a lot of other pianos too out there from different companies, but you know, with Yamaha, it's always medium, right? And part of that touch also is volume. You know, how much volume are you going to get with medium touch, right? Now you can still slam the keys, right? But you can also change it to hard touch. Hard 2. So you're going to have to hit a lot harder to get volume, right? Okay, this should allow us to... okay, there we go. So we're going to be using top button here, number 4, and number, or sorry, that's number 5. Okay, so we got number 5, and then to change back, we use number 5 below button. Okay, so soft. And then, so we got basically up and downs with this instead of side to side. A little different. Interesting. It would be kind of cool if they give us some arrows, you know, to tell us, hey, you know, like this. But, you know, it's kind of a little bit of a guessing game to a certain point with these 2 rows of buttons here. But you'll get the hang of it really quick. No big deal. So whatever features you're going to be allowed to do in whichever pianos depends on what's going to come up on this menu as well. It's going to be the same sort of thing. So if we exit out of here, let's go to the Suite DX and then go to settings. So we don't have the VRM, but we still have the touch response, the brightness, and of course tuning. Right? So that's kind of where we're at on that. So strings or no strings, with strings, we've got the VRM. Without strings, we've got just the master tone, or sorry, master tuning, brightness, and touch. So that's going to be our differences there. Okay, and that's pretty much the end of the piano room tour. I'm really impressed with this piano. Like, I've been impressed even with the 650 and the 660. I had those pianos as well, and I really like them a lot, right? But this one I like so much more. The layouts are nicer for the buttons. You know, all the new stuff we get in it for different sounds and variations, and the accompaniment access. Just everything about this is made so much nicer and a lot simpler. Even though it is still a very sophisticated instrument in comparison to the other ones, because there's so much more you can do with this for programming too, with different individual sounds and effects and all that jazz. I mean, it is a little overwhelming, a little intimidating at first, but once you can get used to things, you're pretty much golden at that point. The color display, I think, was Yamaha's really nicest upgrade to the 600 series. It's a lot more appealing, and it makes the piano also not only look more expensive, but it feels more expensive too, to look at a color screen as opposed to like basically monochromish kind of gross, right? And so I really appreciate Yamaha putting in a nice screen. Now, there's no touch screen capability here, right? I've heard a couple of channels mention that. They kind of wished it was touchscreen, and I'm kind of like, I'm glad it's not. I would rather have the buttons than a touchscreen, because some people tend to smack screens a little bit too hard with their finger. I mean, it's one thing on, you know, your tablet or your phone. Those screens are made to put up with, you know, the majority of your hard tapping with your finger. It's kind of like somebody who's a hard typer, right? But this kind of a screen that they put in here would not be a good option for people who love touch screens but are also really hard smackers. So the buttons are actually much more beneficial, and besides, the buttons give you access to a lot more options as opposed to what a touch screen would. And if they were to try and do the same thing, it would mean a lot more, well, it would definitely mean a much bigger screen, but then that's going to also steal away from real estate for everything else we need, right? So a little bit bigger screen would not have been a bad idea, though. They could have easily given us another even 1/4 inch all the way around, you know, would have been a much larger screen. Because 1/4 inch all the way around, that adds up to an extra full inch as far as, you know, perimeter wise goes. But it does actually increase our screen size much larger regardless of that. And the room is there to do it. But it would have also meant shifting these buttons down a little bit, because you don't want your screen under here either. But anyways, that's, some people had their thing about it, and you know, yeah, sure, it would have been nice to have a little bit larger screen, but I'm definitely happy there's no touchscreen capability here. Anyways, so that's pretty much what I got for this one. Definitely stay tuned for more tutorials on this keyboard as we go. Like I said, as I learn stuff too, I'm going to be showing you guys. So in the meantime, thanks so much for watching and staying tuned, and hey, we'll catch you on the next one. See ya.